I guess we'll see who he's going to pick this time. That's band as well. Ari. So the same bands there coming out from Leeds, but Manchester completely changing up their band strategy. Is there Lucian being locked in right away, and then Thresh being locked up by for Henry. He looks like he's gonna be taking that. We'll see what Sadistic 8 comes out with in the mid lane. Wondering what he's going to choose. So we haven't actually seen that Thresh locked in yet. So if they want to prioritise another pick, they could quite easily go for that. A lot of people open in the jungle. Got the Jarvan, that was pretty good last game, and you've also got Lee Sin. You've got Hecarim as well. So the Jarvan is actually going to go in for Basri. Was very effective last game, and they're obviously looking to break up that team fight comp that worked so well for Leeds last game. The pick with Lucian. Could we see a Braum come out potentially, or a Morgana? Quite like the synergy with Braum and Lucian because of the auto attacks and the stun. Could be Janna. And we do see Janna locked in, so it's going to be what looks to be Janna support for the Leeds team. And Ziggs locked in the mid lane, so Xerath gets taken away. He picks up another champion who's strong on the poke. Likes to hang back. I think we're getting a feel for his playstyle here, so that's good. Kind of a passive mid laner. Does the damage when he needs to. So we are actually, these two teams are now playing for the prize, which is a pretty decent prize, hosted by Fraggers, our lovely friends in Altrincham gaming cafe. Hang out there, play some games with your friends, and have an all-around great. They're playing for tickets to Barcelona, so it's quite a good prize, to be honest. I'd be very excited to be going to Barcelona, but I'm sure these teams will have a great time. Leeds obviously in the lead, so they're looking to secure that with this second game. Rumble being pushed in the top lane, and Amumu in the jungle. We could see an Amumu jungle. Actually, Maokai is being picked up for Manchester, and Wukong gets locked in. So we could see Wukong could be out jungle or top lane. We'll have to see when the swaps come, but it wouldn't make much sense for them to swap, as they are junglers in top lane. Maokai is picked up for the Manchester side. Could see him in the top lane. We could see a top lane Jarvan. It depends who they think is going to be top. Well, it's Rumble, isn't it? It has to be Rumble. I'm not sure. I think it'd probably be best if Maokai was top lane, especially against the Rumble, because you don't want to get up in Rumble's business, and the sap play help Maokai keep him at bay. Who are we looking for? A mid laner. Could we see the Orianna again? Quite good last time. Could see go Fizz. Or a Kha'Zix. Okay. Kha'Zix is actually a placeholder Azir. So that is an Azir mid lane we're going to see. Just messaged by Henry's. So we are going to see a lobby remake. We'll just go through the picks and bans again. Baraka. Aatrox. Who's going to be on? Skarner. Ari. Looks like the his Nesses. Rise. Rise was open a lot game actually. Didn't think to pick him. Lucian. There's the Janna. There's the Draven. And the Maokai. Obviously Draven, again, going to be really strong with Ducks. He's got his champion there. Rumble, Wukong. And finally... Oh, hey, Wukong. Wukong, where are you? You crazy monkey. And Jarvan now. Right, so we're just now waiting for the game to start, the loading to finish. Yeah, so quite an exciting surprise, really, isn't it? It's a trip to Barcelona for the festival. Could be a lot of good fun for whoever wins this. And let's go. So there's a spare ticket. Yeah, yeah, maybe. No, probably not. Yeah. So if you look, Leeds again favouring a team fight comp with that Wukong engage and the Rumble ultimate. Janna with the flash ults. Lucian again with that ultimate coming across through the team fights, just treading some armor. But then again, if you look, you'll see Manchester now have a lot stronger of a team fight as well, especially with Maokai's gap closers, Jarvan's gap closers, Azir with his ultimate splitting up the enemy team, stopping them from getting towards them. Duxbug can sit behind these soldiers and feel relatively safe whilst dealing out a lot of damage to the enemy team. Fresh obviously going to be landing those hooks with Henry's. Yeah, so it should be all in all very interesting to see how this game pans out, because I think bot lane is going to be dominated by Duxburg again, and we could potentially see like more poke coming out, but Janna this time isn't going to be able to provide as much sustain. Sorry, not Janna. Thresh isn't going to be able to provide as much sustain as Army was last game. So potentially they will be a little bit more vulnerable in that lane. But Thresh is going to be able to be a lot more aggressive than Nami was if he lands those hooks, gets the flays on, and catches onto the right targets. Stops Lucian dashing and stuff. Dux is going to be able to chunk him down like he did the last game. I think Wukong jungle will be very effective. They're going to have to ward deeper than they normally would. Obviously, get around the fact that he has the clone and the stealth when he comes in for the gank. Again, no ignites on Leeds team, but that worked out quite well for them last time, so maybe there's something in it. Azir rocking the ignite. I haven't seen it too much of Azir being played, but when I do see him played, a lot of the time he is quite strong and does manage to turn fights around with his ultimate. We're just going to be waiting to get into game now. For some reason The stream isn't coming up for me. I was just trying to check it, but I don't know if that's my end. It probably is. Anyway, so we're going to go into loading in 10 seconds. So hold on to your hats, people. We're in for a bumpy ride. We'll see how these team fight comps pan out against each other. The skin's gladiator driven this time. I think it's not as good as Prime Time. Prime Time just has something, a little spark of something. Build Rumble, that's quite an old skin, so maybe he bought it specially, but maybe he didn't. Actually, I didn't notice, but Winchy has a silver border, so obviously he's really put himself through his paces and gotten a lot better. Over the course of the season, so props to him. The climb is real. We are going to see this Lucian, or whatever it is, whatever his name is. Alright, so apologies if I say red team and it's purple team. I can't see. I'm not watching the stream at the moment. So I don't know whether colorblind mode's on. But when I say red, I mean purple. If it is purple, you know.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Is it rocking the bird taunts? Inspired by what looks to be a pigeon. I'd say out of all birds, from pigeon we are going to see an invade, but they are on top of the ward, so they know what's coming, and there is a significant force to deal with them. The wards are all there. Diggs knows they're there. Janna comes across. The Wukong goes in. Looks like we could see it first blood potentially here. Looks like Hyde CN. Actually, wow. Lucian takes the first blood. Flash burn from Jarvan. And Slow goes down onto Duxburg. Very, very strong start coming out from Leeds. The warding really paid off for them there. Very, very good play. And it looks like both junglers might be a little bit late to their buffs, though. So we aren't going to see too much early aggression. Wow, the bad manners from the Lucian. Azir popping up his Sand Warriors. With very strong auto attacks. And Wukong maybe struggling a little bit. No, maybe not. Diggs can't really push too far onto that sand warrior, because he can take a lot of damage if it goes. Actually, the hook lands onto Winchy there. Doesn't have Flay available yet, so he is just going to have to back off. I think, yeah. This account taking a lot of poke damage there from Ziggs, just standing in it. Lands an axe onto Lucian, but he's just going to heal that up with his lifesteal. Maokai going aggressive there onto Rumble. Going to be paying the price for it by running away in a flamethrower. Draven keeping up that harass. Again, Maokai going aggressive. Managed to doing a lot of damage to this Rumble. Rumble now overheat, which means he isn't going to be able to use his abilities for a little bit of time. All in all, Manchester lane seem to be pushing quite well. We do see Jarvan coming in. Looks like a camp into mid lane. Here he comes. Does actually looks like Ziggs is going to be able to get away from this one. And Azir flashes, gets the last auto attack. Will it be enough to kill him? Ziggs gets out on a sliver of health, and no one's around to retaliate onto the mid laners. Ziggs manages to get out. very, very lucky escape there. Only had to burn heal as well, so good job. Jarvan coming into the top lane, trying to jump onto Rumble. He does have flash available, but he doesn't have abilities because he doesn't have heat, but turns around and spits some flame. Whirlwind taking out some of the health of that wave of Manchester minions. They're taking some damage there. Could we see a hook? No, he's just gonna back off. Rumble and Malcolm are now both back at full health. Actually, let me just organize some champions. Right, let me just see. James actually managed to get a lot of poke down onto Sadistate with that Ziggs running around those Sam Warriors, chucking his bombs around. Doesn't have flash available, and Jarvan is back with a vengeance, it seems. He's moving away actually to top lane. It's trying to go top. But it is warded, and it's going to base. Just this kit getting taken pretty low there. Trying to spit some flames over there. Maxing that obviously keeps the enemy off minions, which, especially if they're melee, which is really difficult to deal with unless you're super strong laner. Buckspoken taken quite low there by Wickle, but he is taken away, and that vision ward is going to go down for Manchester. And it looks like Jarvan is going to land it onto Janna. The flash comes out, and Flade just misses. Wood back in. Jarvan taken quite low by the Lucian. Now exhausted and hitting the minion. That wasn't even the right one. And vision ward's getting down for Manchester. Both top laners have their ults now. Maokai managing to sustain himself pretty well against Rumble. He has got the crystalline flask and the catalyst, so he is going to be able to sustain as he levels up. And the ultimate comes across from Maokai. Pull on over. He isn't going to be able to use his abilities. Maokai does get slowed though and can't quite keep up. He's going to twisted advance and sapling straight on top of him. Rumble again caught in a bad position. But he is going to turn it around, doing tons of damage there to Maokai, and he just managed to flash out of it. Very strong turnaround there from Rumble. He uses the ultimate in probably the wrong direction, but he managed to force the flash, which is a pretty successful attempt if there ever was one. Book goes onto the minion, and they are pushed again back to their turret. So it looks like the bot lane is pretty even. Lucian does have that one kill from First Blood. But other than that, most things are looking pretty even. Azir ahead in farm. Pretty good for him. Good for him, and Maokai and Rumble both equal. So they should be pretty evenly matched in the top lane. Rumble's flash, however, is up, but Maokai's isn't. So that could present itself an issue, but Maokai's basing now. Rumble rushing Spirit Visage. Sorry, not Spirit Visage. Haunting Guys. Going probably into Leandry's. Whether or not he'll build it straight away remains to be seen. Could be a good idea if he feels like going really aggressive, but if he wants to tank up early to stop the Jarvan doing his funny business, that would work as well. The sweep comes out, takes out that right ward. Wukong there, try and find something in the bot lane. He is just sat there. Azir taking a bit of damage there. In mid. Rumble once again overheated. Wukong leaving the lane. Moving towards Dragon. Jarvan is retreating into his own jungle, and Wukong walks past the ward and is gonna go back into his own. Oh, he's gonna leave. Looks to be heading towards mid lane. No, he's turned around now, so he doesn't know they have wards, so they do have full vision of him. They have full vision of each other. Scotty in the jungle with Wukong. Takes a bit of damage there. Twisted advance onto Rumble. Rumble takes quite a lot of damage. And Maokai receives the same. As Flame Splitter does so much damage now. With that Haunted Guys. Twisted advance coming across. Rumble on overheat, which means he isn't going to be able to use his abilities, but Maokai pops the ult. That's not much of an issue. Ziggs managed to jump out of the Jarvan ultimate, so that's negated that. Draven getting taken very low by Scotty. Scotty doesn't have any mana, he cannot. Draven with the return ultimate out of nowhere picks up the kill. That was a very solid play there. Ziggs having to get out of that one in a flash. And Draven now back up to half health, so he is relatively safe, especially with Wukong having to base. Rumble used his ult there on the minion wave and on top of Maokai. Maokai using his twisted advance and pops it, but he doesn't manage to pick up the kill. Most champions are in the base at the moment now, actually. Both bot lanes now returning. Yana in the lead. The goal difference isn't that significant, actually. It's coming up on 15 minutes. 15 minutes. 1k isn't too much, but now it looks like Leeds are going to be taking this dragon as well, so that is going to equalise the gold. So very, very equal. Really, it's too close to call at this stage. I don't think any one team has a distinct advantage here. Both junglers trying to make things happen. They haven't managed to make anything happen yet, other than that kill in bot lane. That was the only kill already that they've been involved in. Lucian looking to catch on to Duxburg, and he does actually manage to find him with his piercing light and dual shot. Twisted advance coming out, but he has let Bull use his flame splitter. Rumble now able to follow Malphite, get a couple of hits in. As Draven pushes in, the hook goes across the front of the minion wave, but doesn't manage to find his mark onto Mac. The flame then forces Lucian to use it. Wukong ultimate comes across, and the unreal, but Azri, that's it. My bad. Goes down, and pick up there for Wukong. Just as I was saying, there wasn't action going on for the junglers. There's some action for the junglers, and Lucian taking chunks of damage from the Draven spinning axes. This matchup between Rumble and Maokai seems to be fairly even. I mean, Maokai has the tools to deal with a lot of what Rumble can throw out. We have a little bit of an engage in the bot lane. No one getting too badly taken down. Wukong coming in. They will be able to see him. He has hasn't gone very stealthily in there. Azir doing pretty well on the farm. As is Draven. Both of them. Manchester seems to be doing well in general on farm. I mean, each time they've had a farm lead, early game to mid game. Not too sure about how it was late game last game. There's Wukong popping the ultimate, trying to 2v1. I'm not too sure if that's wise. The hook lands down and Duxburg just drops his ultimate right on his face. Picking up the kill was not wise, giving Draven blue buff, which means he is going to have the mana to deal with all of his Qs that he needs and the gotta move fast abilities. Oh, lovely flash there from Ziggs to get out of the Jarvan ultimate. But will he actually manage to get out completely? That remains to be seen. Jarvan looking to dive, and he gets so low from that. Ziggs, will he manage to pick up the kill? Ziggs with the auto attack, but doesn't manage to get through the shield. There we go, that's going to be it. Very nicely played there from Ziggs. Gets out with a kill onto the jungler, which I think gave him red buff. So that's going to be a little bit more trouble for Azir. Well, the Manchester are still ahead in gold, which is just from that farm lead. Twisted advance going down onto Rumble. A bit of damage there coming out from the Maokai ultimate. Twisted advance. Yeah, there it is. The Wukong comes in as well. The Rumble ultimate. Looks like Maokai's going to die here. Yeah, he goes down to Wukong. So that's a second kill there for Wukong. Rumble with 3 assists. Going to be definitely now ahead of this Maokai if you look at the gold. Yeah, 300 gold lead, so it's not too significant, but still something. Leandri's was the first ability. Wukong ultimate goes down on top of Azir. And the ultimate actually from Azir, but the auto attack loops over and takes down the mid laner from Manchester.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Rumble then pushing in the top as Manchester push in this bottom lane. Looks like the main hope of the Manchester team at the moment lies with Duxburg. Oh dear, the Ziggs and the Janna ult actually pushing Jarvan back into the turret. Very strong play there from Janna. Can Draven pick up the thing? He gets exhausted. under the turret and actually goes down. So does Thresh. That's a double kill for Janna and a kill for Thresh. Sorry, Lucian. And that was very, very well played there from the Leeds team. Lucian now just picking up that farm from the wave. Trying to catch up a little bit in CS. Dragon's gonna go to Leeds. Leeds putting up a very strong front at the start of this game now. They are going pretty strong. Jarvan now just clearing his white camp. Azir just farming up in the mid lane. Rumble and Maokai are going to face off near this brush. Rumble on overheat. On uses abilities for a while, but Maokai, taking a lot of damage, is going to have to back off of that one with his ultimate on. Not that it's on that high of a cooldown. Raven just taking out some vision with Thresh. Grabbing the lantern, heading. Oh dear. Thresh, how could you? Looks like they are going to be now just chasing objectives on the Manchester team because they know that they're not as strong in a fight. Janna now reciprocating the ward clearage. Jarvan waiting to try and find something, I think, onto Ziggs. They don't know he's there. There's the Ziggs. Getting onto the Jarvan. Jarvan does have his ult available. If he does manage to catch onto someone, and they don't have that gap closer available, Flash, or otherwise for other champions, they are going to be in a bit of trouble. Thresh throwing out a wistful hook there. I don't think he really thought it was going to connect. And the Leeds siege begins. Henry's taken quite low by the harass from the actually very pokey Leeds team. They're just chucking up some sand soldiers over there.
Your emperor shall return.
Siege is continuing on the mid lane, but they have lost their minion wave. All of Manchester are basing now. Looks like they might have. They know the wave isn't close, so they're all going to go back to the base, get items, and stock up on potions, so they can deal with the siege. But now Leeds are going to move away and try and take the blue buff that isn't there, unfortunately for them. Could we see a bot lane push from Rumble? Don't think so. Top lane is pushing in Manchester's favour though, but Rumble does have teleport available, so if it's getting dire, he can always. If that Scotty jumps onto Azir and does quite a lot of damage actually. They managed to get away with relatively little scathing. Diggs chucking up those bombs soon. A lot of damage there to Duxburg. Doesn't, and Wukong picks up the kill, drops his ultimate as well. Teleport coming in. Will we see anything else happen? Maokai actually picks up the kill there. Rumble coming in. Manchester isn't looking too good here. Will we see something? The flash goes over the wall. Rumble taking some turret hits. Ziggs taken very low, but he is going to stick around to take this turret. Leeds performing yet another very strong team fight. in an early stage like this, that sort of a team fight is a very good indicator. If I was a betting man, I'd put my 10 pence on Leeds at the moment, but as we know, Manchester are a very strong team and not to be discounted at such an early stage, so we'll have to see how it turns out. Wukong taking out the vision. There's a lot of good vision actually going on for Leeds in the red side jungle, just showing how far they are being aggressive and pushing forwards into the enemy jungle, looking to steal this blue buff, but there's quite a lot of presence, and Wukong jumps onto Henry's and Duck. Chana does manage to find it, and the Wukong, actually Lucian managed to pick up that kill onto Thresh, and Duck's now in a spot of bother, gets taken down by Rumble in a huge burst of damage. The blue buff is going to get stolen off this, and Dragon spawns in 20 seconds, so they're probably going to be looking to pick that up or pick off Jarvan. One would be quite helpful to the other. The slow goes down, he's going to EQ over the wall there, and they are actually just going to siege the mid lane. Although it's not much of a siege when there's no one there. And they do get the turret, so now they're going to back off. Probably going to be heading towards Dragon. Pick up that gold, return to base, and spend it. Azir with the stinger there, probably going to be building into Nash's tooth. Almost definitely going to be building into Nash's tooth. The Rumble ultimate comes across. Wukong jumps in, picks up on Henry's. Wukong does go down though to Duck, and Hyde is in the back line. Jarvan following in his ultimate, and Jarvan he managed to get out only just. Azir managed to pick up the kill onto Lucian, and can he pick up the kill onto James as well? No, he's not going to be able to do that. Yes, he does actually, but he does go down to the Janna. That's a lovely ultimate there to keep Rumble away from him. Very well positioned, but all in all, better trade for Leeds. Rhino moving in to farm that bot lane, get some of that CS. He has his Rod of Ages completed. He's got his Spectre's Cowl, so it's probably going to be moving into I'd say Spirit Visage. Rumble actually going really damagey with the Zhonya's as well. Wukong picking up a Giant's Belt on top of his Tiamat and Brutalizer. And Diggs. The Zhonya's actually is going to be able to protect him pretty well in the team fight, because he is one of their main focuses at the moment. He does have the most kills on their team and the most assists, so he is very, very strong at the moment. And so to negate some of that focus, he has got the Zhonya's, which is quite a smart move. Lucian again, Infinity Edge Youmu's. Yeah, and Draven now decided it was a better idea to go for Youmu's as well. He liked it and he changed it up. Janna with that talisman of Ascension and the locket, going to be able to go really very fast and fight anyone and chase anyone. So that's going to be a very strong pickup. Azir raising that turret there, trying to hold him off a little bit more. Azir finished his Nash's Tooth. He does scale off attack speed, so that's a strong pickup there. Warden's Mail actually onto Maokai, so not too sure. Could it be Frozen Fist? Probably could be. Look, it could be Randuin's. But I feel like a Frozen Fist is more conducive to this style. Jarvan jumps in, jumps across and lands on top of James, flashes out again. Rumble ultimately goes down. So does the Draven ultimate, and Hyde again in the backline on his own. Ziggs with the double kill. Wukong jumping in. Can Ziggs pick up the triple? That's a Lucian kill right there. And the talisman comes out, and Wukong picks up the kill. Will it be the double? Yes, it will. Very nicely played. They take in the turret as well, and they're going to probably get this inhib. Leeds looking very dominant right now. Can they just go for the win? Can they tank it up in time? 8 seconds for Ducks. They aren't going to be able to get that last turret. But Manchester are left bleeding and on their knees after that last fight. They have very, very little chance of catching up now. They are more than 10k behind. And Ducks just gets picked off. The Zonya's right there, coming into its own. And managing to save the life of the mid laner. Clearing out some vision, Jarvan trying to get back on top of that farm. He is ahead of Wukong, but that doesn't mean much when you're 0 and 5 to a 5 and 4. Yeah, it's just not Manchester's day, I guess. They are being beaten back and not really able to do much about it. I feel like a good fight where they can get onto Lucian, get onto Ziggs, could turn the tide completely. That Azir still pump out a lot of damage. He is going to be dangerous even if he isn't that fed. He has 2 kills, 250 farm, so I mean he's not out of it yet. Barrel attempt. Could we see a steal from Jarvan? Doesn't look like it. Wukong smites it away. Jarvan doesn't want any of that. Wow, Rumble doing lots of damage there. Able to completely just take down. Ziggs' ultimate just comes across and lands on top of Azir's face, not giving him a chance. Looks like this could be the push for the win here from Leeds. There we go, that's the other turret, and they're onto Nexus. This looks like GG. I think it's all over. It is now. Well played from both teams there, I think. Leeds just managed to get on top of them and press that advantage home. I think the key in that was actually the bot lane actually turned out to be very, very good, very strong against the previously dominant Duxburg and Hennes. So all in all, pretty good performance there from Leeds. They did pretty well to pick up that win. Alright, so that means that we do have our victor, Leeds, and they will be heading to Barcelona, which is, going to be fantastic experience for them. I wish them all the best in their trip, and thanks once again to Fraggers for having us, and the Student Gaming League. Mad Cats. yeah, that's all. That's all for now, and we hope to hear from how Leeds' trip to Barcelona was. And yeah, see you guys around.
Sound muted.